Good morning, everybody. It is Thursday. We're almost to the weekend. It's so close. I love Thursdays. It's like, you're halfway through on Wednesday, and then Thursday, yeah. Because now they start the movies. The new movies start on Thursday, and that's so cool. And I guess finally they're acknowledging it, because I knew when it first started, and I went, I hope they keep this a secret. But no. I told people, and they started coming to the movies, because you used to go over to the Grand and you could go walk in, nobody's there. And you're seeing the new movies before everybody else. But now they're starting to advertise it. So their advertising starts Thursday. Troll starts Thursday. Troll, did Troll start this week, or they did. Yeah, Troll starts today. I was trying to think, was it next week or this week? But it starts today. And Richard's going to go see it and give us his critique on it. I feel certain of that. And but everybody's...
No, it's not like I'm going to be busy launching the FM at all.
Okay, all right. You win. You have better things to do. All right, maybe I'll go see it. And but I want to see
What
Troll.
show is this?
Troll. It's a movie...
No, what show are we on?
Oh. Y'all don't remember? He gets so mad at me. You're listening to the Cindy Cochran Show. Yes, you are, on IRLoneStar.com. So happy to have you here with us this morning. Okay, enough? That's good? Okay. So, and don't forget that you're listening to the Cindy Cochran Show, because I may forget to say it, all right? Okay. We had a good time yesterday because we had Elvis Presley's girlfriend on, one of his last girlfriends on, and did y'all get to hear that? Did you hear it? Okay, well, the archive is up. You can go to YouTube right now and search the Cindy Cochran Show, and there it is. And if you want to subscribe to my channel, you'll always be able to get to all the archives quickly. So if you want to do that, but it's the November 2nd one that we did yesterday, and it was really cool. And she has so many more stories about Elvis that, I talked to her after the show or and stuff, and she'll start saying stuff. I went, oh, you got to say that. So she's going to come back. She's excited to come back, and we'll talk Elvis. But she's very interesting herself. I hate to exploit the fact that she dated Elvis, but that's what she wanted us to do. She wants everyone to know the very positive and good side of Elvis, and that's why she wants to do the show. So check that out if you would like to. I have a great guest this morning. They're with the Refuge at Grace Ranch. They're with that group. It's their ranch, so they're with their ranch. They're with that ranch, and that ranch is doing amazing things. They could just be content out there, living the life. But, oh, no, they got to have their bees make the honey so they can sell it for money. And that money is going to build cabins on that ranch to help battered women and children. And they're also going to take those, it's not just having them come in and, here's your cabin. Here, you sit here and bemoan the fact of all the things that happened to you, but you just sit right there. No, they're going to take these people and they're going to get them busy, and they're going to get them working the land, being able to feed themselves if they want to, if they can grow whatever they want to, and they're going to show them how. And they're going to, keep them busy and bring the spiritual aspect of it in that will give them the grounding and the hope and of what's to come. So I'm excited to talk about that. And plus, I met them over at Conroe Coffee, and I do need to say something about Conroe Coffee. I promised Leo. Everybody remembers, last year, Leo. Leo is the lady that owns the place. But she doesn't talk like us at all. So when you meet Leo, you'll have to try and understand what she's saying. Make sure she doesn't get too fast with you. And she's British, and she is wonderful. And her shop is so wonderful. You go in there, you feel like you have just gone into another country, another time. And so, anyway, but Leo knows how to make breakfast sandwiches and sandwiches for lunch. They're the best I've ever had, and you guys have got to go try that. This ham and cheese, you think, oh, ham and cheese sandwich. No. Whatever she does to it, the British magic she brings to it, is so different and is so good. In fact, that's how I met our guest today. I was in there and I was ordering a sandwich, and William Douglas, who's the owner of the ranch, was talking politics. And you know how I love politics. So I'm like totally, trying to eavesdrop on this whole conversation. And he has this, it looks like his daughter's there, and she's trying to be very patient about them going on about politics. And so I said, do you like politics? And she said, and I said, and then how we got in the conversation, she started telling me about the honey that's there at Conroe Coffee. So if you go in and buy the honey, you know what the honey does. It helps with the money to help build these cabins for these battered women and children. So she started talking, and I go, you've got to be on my show because you know how to sell this stuff. This is great. You're only 14 years old, for crying out loud. Most 14-year-olds would have stuff in their ear and, working the texting on their phone, and she was not doing any of that. So I got to say, this is going to be exciting to get to talk to her, and wait till you meet her. She is well far beyond her years, and she has her friends listening. So we've got to respect that. And if your friends are as smart and bright as you are, they'll turn the show off in 2 minutes. No, it's going to be fun. We're going to be talking to them in our second segment. But boy, Heidi, I don't know if any other place besides Texas says boy Heidi, but boy Heidi, what's been going on in the news? And I know that probably Rachel's dad and mom keep them up to date what's going on and about the election and all that, because I've heard him speak about it. And so it's interesting to get the idea what kids think. And when they did a vote at one of the high schools, and the high schools, the kids, Trump won. And so you think, wait a minute, unless they're trying to vote against what their parents said, whatever their parents said, they want to do the opposite. So maybe they're all voting for Hillary. We don't know that yet. We'll find out soon. But the kids were for Trump, and they were like astounded at that. But I've seen these schools do these, they'll find out who's voting for who, because they know, especially the younger kids, are so influenced by their parents that must be how they're voting. But so much stuff is coming out. My word, and we've got just a few days left. Oh, by the way, my birthday's on the 6th. And then the election comes on the 8th. I just keep wanting to try and remind you guys of that. Anyway, so this is going to happen soon. And it's just, all things have blown out of with the FBI and all. And so I think it's going to be the most interesting election night. I'm going to have to buy more popcorn. That's all I can say. And I am ready to be in front of the TV, and nobody better bother me that whole time. I hope I can make it here the next day. But this is going to be so exciting to see because it's so close. And I mean, unless something happens within the next day and it just, Hillary won't be able to be there that night because she's going to be in jail. But if everything else, if she's still standing on the stage, then that's great. But I think it's so tight. It's getting so tight. It's getting tighter and tighter. And I love it. And you can tell it is because Hillary's voice is going higher and higher and higher. So that's how I can tell. And I'm always telling Hillary, please call the show. I've got a lot of things I could probably advise you with. And she hasn't done it at this point, so I don't think she is. But I try to tell her about her voice pattern. She just keep that down. No, don't yell, because when you yell, you screech, and people they turn the volume down, they turn you off. So I'm trying to help you get your message out. And I told her things also like, don't wear dark red lipstick. It kind of crawls in cracks when you get to be our age. And I'm just a year younger than she is. So I understand this. Don't wear that dark lipstick. It gets on your teeth. Just don't do it. And then the pantsuits. I don't think there's much I can say about that. But she does look better in a high collar. So I've tried to help Hillary. Even though I'm a Trumpster, I'm a deplorable, I'm, irredeemable, and whatever she's called us, it's okay. I did go have a T-shirt made. I think I've told y'all. It was like $25 to have this T-shirt made that said, Trump's adorable, deplorable. And my family will not let me wear it out because they're afraid I won't come back home. So they just, it's like I wanted to put my Trump Pence sign out, and I went and got it at the GOP, the headquarters there, and they said, well, just know that you may lose this. And I went, what do you mean? She says, because everybody would give signs, they come back and get others because people are taking them out of their out of their yard. But anyway, so it's gonna be fun, and I hope that you guys go vote. It looks like we may have rain coming, and so we're gonna keep you updated on what the weather will be on Tuesday. But it seems like the Farmer's Almanac said it might be raining that day. So I hope not. I don't want anything to keep people, to give them an excuse not to get out. Everybody's got to vote. I don't care who you vote for, but you exercise that right that so many people have given their lives for us to have, and we need to respect the fact that we have the freedom to do that. So anyway, guys, that's my soapbox for today, and I do want to remind you what's coming up. I did talk to Bob Smiley yesterday. And he said, Cindy, I'm so sorry I missed, and I'm going to be there. When do you want me? And I said, okay, Thursday. He's going to be on Thursday, next week, Thursday. And he said he's got great stories about the election. He already has them. Even though we haven't had the election, he's got the stories for it. So we'll be right back, guys, after this message. And we're going to be talking to William and Rachel. Do not go away. You're listening to Cindy Cochran Show, Real Reality Radio.
The Cindy Cochran Show, the first daily talk show serving Montgomery County.
Listen in on Mondays at noon to hear the East Montgomery County news. News from our Precinct 4 Commissioner Jim Clark, Precinct 4 Constable Rowdy Hayden, our local nonprofits, school districts, and events that matter to you, residents of Porter, New Caney, and Splendora. With your host, Margie Taylor of Taylorized PR. For more information, check us out online at facebook.com/EMC News.
Heaven's Army of Resources and Recreation Center is a 501c3 nonprofit organization featuring a 10,000 square foot building located at 19325 FM 1485 West, New Caney, Texas. At Heaven's Army, we offer over 26 different services free for all ages, from karate, dance, drug and alcohol classes, anger management, parenting, food and clothing pantries, to just name a few. We are supported solely by volunteers and private donations. Our main mission is to glorify God in all that we do. At Heaven's Army, we strive to be a hand up, not a handout. Come check us out at 19325 FM 1485 West, New Caney, Texas, or call for more information at 281-689-5864. You may also learn more about Heaven's Army by visiting our website at heavensarmyofresources.com.
Want to check out the fastest growing sport in the world? It's right here in Conroe, Texas, and it's roller derby. Conroe Roller Derby is a non-profit recreational league of women and men who want you to come and check out the fast-paced, hard-hitting game of roller derby. The Conroe Cutthroats practice at Rainbow Roller Rink on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Sundays. You can find our game schedule and more information on our website, www.conroerollerderby.com.
The Cindy Cochran Show. You ain't heard nothing yet.
Boy, that's so true. You are listening to the Cindy Cochran Show, and I am Cindy Cochran. It all works out well that way. Listen, they were talking about the Rainbow Roller Rink. I'm going to be there Saturday for Cindy's birthday, and they do the roller derby stuff there. That's where they do it. That place is awesome. After I finally found it, it took me forever. I kept going past it, but it's. You're getting ready to say something, Richard. Yes, go ahead.
How did you miss it? It's like the only building there.
You know me. I just missed it.
Just follow the loop.
That's what they said. It's so easy to find. Just stay on this road, and you're going to be there. And wherever I ended up on, I went into a gas station. I said, I'm trying to find the Rainbow Roller Rink. Can you point me the right direction? And he said, go right out that light there, turn right, and
it's on your left.
You can't miss it. Well, I did, and I missed it. And so I came back to that station, and he went, oh, I meant this way. Thank you. So then I went there and found it. It's a great place. It's such a good place for kids to go. It's fun, and not too much weird stuff going on there. So we're going to have our skating party there. Okay. This is it. They're ready. Are you ready, Rachel? Good morning, Rachel. You can say good morning, Cindy. And William, are you ready?
Yes. Good morning.
I got to tell you that Belinda, their mom, both came up and both gave him a kiss and hugged him real hard. And I felt like they were getting ready to go to no, we're not going to do anything bad to him. It's okay. But it was like the last time they see him. But, they'll be a star after this, Belinda. So, they may not be, it may be difficult to deal with them. Not only Belinda, the mom, is here, but also the brother Jacob. Jacob is here. And I asked Jacob, I said, Jacob, would you like to, talk? And he goes, nope. He's going to let her do that talking. So is Jacob, is he older than Rachel?
Yeah, he's 16.
He's 16. Okay. Oh, boy. That's cool. And so they never fight, right? They've never had a fight.
Oh, no.
Never. Okay. Well, then good. That's what I wanted to make sure, because my grandchildren are 2 years apart, and it's just so weird how they can be the best friends, so close, and then want to kill each other later. Okay, Rachel, you're 14, and tell me about school. How are you schooled?
Well, I'm homeschooled by my mom and dad.
So they both homeschool you.
Mm-hmm.
Is he the principal and she's like the teacher, or how do y'all do that?
Well, my mom teaches us, and then my dad, he usually helps us with whatever we need or anything like that.
Okay. And he's the disciplinarian, right?
Yeah.
And
he's like the best at math. So.
Oh, he is.
Yeah.
Okay. Wow. That's so cool. I really tried to homeschool. Richard, don't laugh. But I tried to homeschool my youngest daughter.
What would you do for the geography part of teaching? Is rule 1 go to the gas station?
Yes. I teach them survival is what I do. I teach them survival, and who could do that better than me, because I'm still here. And if you know me very well, then you go like, how are you still
Wouldn't
here?
that be a great way to open your class?
Yeah.
Just remember, folks, I'm still here,
That's right.
so you're going to be okay.
So whatever I say, there is merit to it in the end. But I would take them to the Capitol, not the Washington, but I take them to Austin and say, this is where how our government works and all that. And it was fun. I thought it was a lot of fun to homeschool, because you got to go out and we go to the zoo and we talk about the animals and we have people talk. And so, but mostly what I was doing was I was shooting video and editing, and I was working with Silver Rock Productions at the time. And so they spent a lot of time in the studio and stuff. So I thought, this is harder than I thought, and more complicated. And I'm getting to a point where, I'm going to have somebody else come in and support what I know, because I sure don't want to read about it and have to learn about it myself again. So anyway, I'm so in awe of people that do the homeschooling. I'm total awe. So anyway, I have a message from my listener that says, you're getting sidetracked. Okay, thank you for getting me back on. See, my listeners are out there helping me and doing this. But what you don't understand is I'm trying to get Rachel feeling very comfortable and like we're going to have a conversation and it's going to be fun, because she was kind of nervous about being on. But now she sees, well, if you can do that, I can do this. Okay, Rachel, tell me about when we met. What did you start describing to me over at Conroe Coffee?
What we do on our ranch, and what we make, like our infused honeys and all of our homemade goat milk soaps, and just a bunch of our goodies.
Oh, way back. Let's go way back. You've got goat soap?
Yes, ma'am.
Goat soap. You make it out of the milk, and the milk from the goats, and I never heard of that. I didn't know that you could make soap out of goat milk. And what does it do for you, Rachel? Does it make your face look like your face looks?
I don't think so.
I want to buy a bar of that, or 2 or 3, and because your face is beautiful. So I didn't know if that was what helped it. But anyway, goat's milk. And so you've got honey that you guys make. Mm-hmm. You have a large bee. I don't know what you call it.
Apiary.
Apiary? Mm-hmm. That's what, the apiary. Okay. You have a large apiary?
Yeah, we have hives on our farm.
Okay. So now who does the beekeeping? Is that you, William?
I do most of it, yeah.
Okay. But the kids help, right?
Uh-huh.
And they put on those suits?
They do.
And you push smoke out to calm them down, and then because I've seen this on movies, so you take that honey and you sell it to places like Conroe Coffee and the goat milk soap. Does she have that over there too?
She does.
Okay, all right, I got to check that out. Unless y'all want to give me a compliment, no, that's pay for play. No, I think that's so interesting. But what you're doing that for is so amazing. Tell me what happens to the money that you make from that.
Well, we are building cabins on our ranch for women and children that have been abused, battered, or trafficked, and so that's what we're raising the money for. So all the proceeds will go to building the houses for the women and the children.
You know, William, I don't even want to know about trafficking. I don't even want to talk about it. I don't want that to be in my head. That outrages me so much, and I think, what could we do? What could I do to help somebody, that's going through that? Because you feel like it's a very complicated, and scary place to be. But there you are, and you're saying that you want these people that have someone found them and someone brought them out of that, sex trafficking. And so now I want to put them someplace where they can feel good about themselves again. How did you get connected with people that would even tell you about that?
Well, we actually met about 5 or 6 years ago, Exodus Cry. We had went to a human trafficking conference at International House of Prayer in Kansas City, and we've done a lot of research, and then we met Kat French in Houston, which is now Elijah Rising, and we went through van tours. They'll actually take you on a van tour to all of the brothels and the parlors and stuff. Mm-hmm. And, God just laid it on our hearts on my wife's heart originally for children that have been involved in the sex trafficking, the,
right.
Abusive situations.
Yes.
So we, and for the last 5 or 6 years, almost 7 years actually, we have been researching. We've been through training. We've been through the brothel outreaches, and so now we felt like God told me to shut my business down about 4 years ago, and
what was that business?
Commercial construction, and it was very difficult to stop.
I bet, but wow, you think you've done something good, then you listen to people like this, you go like, I got to do more. I've got to do more. This is amazing. So I feel better already. I'm going to sleep a little better tonight because I know that you guys are helping these people. I've got to figure out how I can help. And maybe this is the way, is to let, to bring this to the awareness of people. And then what you're just needing is you're needing the funds, and you're not, you haven't gone begging for somebody. You're trying to work and sell and then make that happen. But there are a lot of people who go like, I'm allergic to honey and goat milk. I don't think I'd ever use that on my body. Okay. So, they would say, I want to give something. I want to be a part of this. This is too important. Y'all need to hurry and do this instead of taking the time by trying to sell and do that. What could they do?
Well, if they want to make a donation, they can go to the Refuge at GraceRanch.com and click on the donate button. We also do, we're in need of labor, hands.
Okay.
It's not necessarily all about the money. We would rather meet people and have people get involved, and other businesses get involved, whether by donating material or time or labor, just to come out, give a hand, helping hand, because we're building our first house right now. It's under construction.
It is.
It is.
Okay.
And so many hands,
mm-hmm.
Would be amazing. And of course the finances go along with it, but we do quite a bit of marketing on our products.
You guys showing up tonight at the farmers market?
We don't do the Conroe Farmers Market. We have the Willis Farmers Market tomorrow for every Friday from 3 to 6 in Willis at Tractor Supply.
I saw that sign. Mm-hmm. That's where I live. I saw that sign, and I went, well, when do they start this? So, and you're going to be there. Oh, exciting. Okay. have to come by.
And then Saturday, of course, we have Faith Fest in Conroe.
Right.
And also at the Farmers Market on Tamina from 9 to 1 every Saturday.
So you're really busy all around that.
My wife does the Saturday market. So
okay, it's good to send her to at least one of them. Good, she needs to be involved. I love the fact that you guys are doing this, and you're raising awareness as well. People come up and talk to you, and then you're able to talk to them about what this is for and all. Because even if I didn't like honey or whatever, I would want to buy that just to help. And knowing where it's going is wonderful. Somebody just asked, what's the deal with goat soap? It just kind of hit them. What about the goat soap? Is that something you want to tell me about?
Well, it's homemade goat milk soap, and there's no like preservatives or nothing in it. Mm-hmm. It's all natural. We actually use it, and it actually works really good. So,
well, that's what I'm saying. It's just like, so I look around, and all these people are very good looking, and their complexions are great and all that. So does that help with the complexion? Yes, sir.
Yeah, we actually make it with honey. It has honey, jojoba oil, coconut oil, goat milk, and we use essential oils. And so we have about 10 or 12 different types of fragrances that we use, essential oils.
Oh, good, because, goats don't smell.
Right, yeah.
Okay, I just want to make sure. Okay, that's good. Rachel, you're 14 years old, you're homeschooled, and you have all this, going on in your life. Mm-hmm. It's got to help keep this child and Jacob grounded, because they're seeing things that are happening to people that, you feel, very grateful to God for all that you have and what you can do, that you want to give back to this. If you're starting at this age being like this, you're going to probably grow up and be like these guys, your parents, right? And
mm-hmm.
And want to help and keep this going. So I think that it's so important that homeschooling is great. I think everybody that I meet, I can say, are you homeschooled because of the way they act, and they're a little more mature than their age and a little more, like I said, grounded. But I do feel like when I met her, she has so much bubbliness about it. I thought, has she been through acting school, or is she, is that what she's had and all, because, or maybe she was part of the Owen Theater or something. And no, she's just homeschooled. She loves what she does. She is also excited probably for the children to come to the cabins and stuff, and so that you can help them. In what capacity are you going to be helping?
Me and my brother, we do a lot of this stuff too, like making our honeys and doing stuff like that. And so that's what we do, like we help with, and we do help on the house, building it. Jacob's the one that helps more, because he's the one that has more muscle than me and my mom. And so he helps with the house a lot.
Well, it's good that you recognize that. And that's okay. There's different muscles, and where they, like, you've got a lot of brain power. I can see. Mm-hmm. I can see. Look at Jacob. Like, I'm holding the camera. He's taping this, so we have to be kind to him. Okay, guys, we're going to be right back. We have to take a break. I hate breaking away from this, but we'll be right back. You're listening to the Cindy Cochran Show, Real Reality Radio.
The Cindy Cochran Show, Real Reality Radio.
Have you set a goal to get a new job or get promoted? Have you ever been frustrated with resumes or job interviews? If you want to ace a job search and make more money, or just love what you do for a living, tune into Your Career with Todd Bermont, Fridays at 2 o'clock. Each week, noted author and creator of the Careers College, Todd Bermont, shares tips, news, interviews, and secrets you can use to further your career. Tune in Fridays at 2 o'clock p.m. on Conroe's FM 104.5, 106.1, and irlonestar.com.
You're going to need me.
You're going to need us.
All of us.
You're going to need our help with your water, your air, your food.
You're going to need our determination, our compassion.
You're going to need the next generation of leaders to face the challenges the future will bring.
And we promise we'll be there when you need us.
Today, 4-H is growing the next generation of leaders.
Cole Porter's inspired classic Anything Goes is approaching fast with CYT Houston. The age-old tale of boy meets girl with all the hilarious complications that come with it is hitting the stage from November 10th through November 12th at the Crichton Theater in downtown Conroe. To purchase Passage online, just visit cythouston.org, or you can purchase tickets at the box office. Don't miss the tapping, the dancing, and the singing with Anything Goes by CYT Houston this November at the Crichton Theater. Again, visit them online at cythouston.org for more information.
At Jazzy Junk, volunteers reclaim, restore, and recycle. Jazzy Junk is a non-profit resale storefront where you will discover wonderful, unique finds at very affordable prices on furniture, antiques, books, art, home decor, and more. When you shop Jazzy Junk, you support New Danville, a community for adults with developmental disabilities. We receive new donations daily, so plan a visit to Jazzy Junk today to find that perfect item or gift. Our motto is here today, gone today. So remember to hurry in and shop often for the best selection. Jazzy Junk is located in the outlets at Conroe on League Line Road and I-45 North. Call 936-441-4500 or visit our website, jazzyjunk.org. That's JUNQUE for more information and store hours.
The Cindy Cochran Show, the first daily talk show serving Montgomery County.
And you're back on the Cindy Cochran Show. Thank you so much for listening. We know you have a choice. And so we're so happy. But, not Rachel's friends or, Williams, you have to listen. You have to stay with this program because they got a lot of stuff to say that's great. I've been talking to William during the break. Don't you hate it when you're listening to some show and they say, we were talking during the break. Well, why didn't you wait and save that for us? And I kept, we missed all that. But I do have a question from one of our listeners that has said, do they have mentors from social services, et cetera, to help them, guide them in their programs? And will they offer that you offer to the women and children? And that's exactly what we were talking about. Your training and then your wife has a teaching degree. She's a teacher. So that's great. But then the social services part of it, is that handled, from an agency, or you guys are trained in any of that?
We've been through training. My wife is probably better at that than I am with the women, of course. But it's mostly, be honest with you, it's a Holy Spirit guided. The Refuge is going to be Holy Spirit guided. We don't have like a 12-step program. Not that they're bad, but we just allow Holy Spirit to do what He does, and we have been through formal training. We do also have a few people that are counselors in the abuse format, and we've met a couple of them, and there's a few more that could possibly volunteer for the ranch to come out and help with that.
Because your main focus, it seems to me, is that these children are pulled out of the trafficking thing, or it could be abuse. Children have been abused, and the mother, whoever's part of that, is that you want to show them another life, another world, and then especially through the spiritual aspect of it, give them that kind of the faith, the hope, and all, and let them learn through that as well. So you've got to get them out of the environment, of course, and having them out on a ranch and understanding the real beauty and power and all that of God I so understand that, and that these kids are so scared and they don't trust anybody, and trying to build that trust has got to be difficult. And that's why I think it's interesting for Rachel and for Jacob both to experience these people coming in from a whole different type of world, and that they can be overcome with love, and that's what you're going to try and do, and a lot of patience. I must say that's got to be a big part of it. So I hope that we can get the word out, and that's certainly what I'll do, and what I want to do. I also have a question about Faith Fest, and you had talked about that. And tomorrow, one of the the founders of it or got it together. I think I met him. It's so funny how many people that come on my show, I meet in the street there. not in the street, but I mean right there and next to us, and people talking about things, and I go like, I'm so nosy, Rachel. I'm so nosy, and I listen to what they're talking about. It's so bad. That's how I knew your dad was talking about, the politics and stuff. And in this day and age, everybody whispers about politics, but I could hear them. And when I heard about Faith Fest, I went, this is perfect, because what they're trying to do is to bring churches together and in a common bond, and where they can help each other and they can communicate with each other. And so they're going to have a Faith Fest, and they've got, we're going to talk about it tomorrow, but I don't have it in front of me, the singer that's going to be
Brandon
there.
Heath.
Brandon Heath, right. Brandon Heath is going to be there. And it's going to be a great time. I mean, a lot of people go like, they go to church, they get up and they leave. And they have friends that go to other churches. And so it would be really cool just to everybody sit down and agree on the things that we do agree on, and that the spirit of what God wants us to do is to help people. And that's it. You help people, and it puts a smile on his face. So I think it's great that this is coming about, and we'll get into that tomorrow, listeners. So be sure and be there and be here, and we'll talk about that. But I am so excited to see, and hopeful and joyful to see young people in this situation, like your children. And I hope that your friends, or will your friends be a part of this? Will you have them come if they want to volunteer, set it up like a volunteer and be part of it?
I don't know if they want to.
If they want to, it's okay with you? Okay. Well, she'd be a great person to train someone. Like, you need to be happy all the time. She's got the greatest smile. We got to get a picture of you guys together at the end of this, and we'll put it on our Facebook, because they're a beautiful family, and they're so. I just can't get over how much you're doing, and how many times we look at our lives and go like, I'm so bored with life. I just, is this all there is? And it's not. So many people are empty. And I've been there. You're empty, and you've got to fill that up. And what you fill it up with is doing something for somebody else and get outside of yourself, and you feel a lot better. Is that something you always believed in, William? Or when did that hit you? Did you have an epiphany? Did God slap you upside the head?
Yeah, he slapped me upside the head a couple of times. Yeah, it's been about, I guess, 9 years or so, 10 years. The last 4 or 5 years have really been a wake-up for me. I did not grow up in church at all, actually, and didn't really like church, just to be honest. I just don't necessarily like church today, but
it's a different world, isn't it?
It is. We actually go to a ministry on tonight, Thursday night, at God's Girls Ministry.
God's Girls?
God's Girls.
Oh,
I think it's going to be called Get Up and Get Real now.
Get Up and Get Real. I like that.
Carrie Perkins is the pastor, apostle.
I like that, because the tradition of church, and so many people that got turned off from church when they were little, and beat into them and all that, and so they really rebel against it. And that in the last decade, how open and how different the churches are, because they want to try and be as different as your mama's church was. Everybody knows your mama wants you to be in church, but they don't want to be in that church. So I think the Cowboy Church came along. I thought it was great. I mean, I'm sure God goes like, I don't care as long as y'all do what I ask you to do. Is all I'm asking. And but I think that's great that you have that. So how did it come to you? What made you want to get back into it?
Well, actually, I was just driving to work one day up north in Illinois, and I just pretty much Jesus Take the Wheel song came on. It's really crazy, but no, Jesus Take the Wheel.
Yeah.
And so I said, okay, God, if you're real, just, do what needs to be done, because I can't do it myself, and I don't know how to do it.
Well, you were raising your hands, and I thought you were getting ready to say, so I took my hands off the wheel, and I said, Jesus, take the wheel.
I kind of did for a brief second, but it was icy out, so I thought,
yeah. God wants you to be smart about these things, too.
Right.
That's great, because I think especially when you're driving, and if you were driving trucks or whatever, and you're on the road a lot, especially if you're on 45, I think you can get religion faster on 45 than you can any place, because It's so scary out there. But that's good because I'm glad that happened. I'm glad that you had that happened to you because of all the children, all the women, all the people that you're going to help and inspire. And that's the big thing is that you can't do it all by yourself, but you go out there and you start doing it and to prove I'm going to do this. And what I ask anybody else to do, I will not, I'm going to do everything I've asked anyone else to do. And I'm sure your children see that, and that's amazing. And do you remember, Rachel, when your dad had this change about him? Do you remember that time? Did that happen unless you were like 2 years old?
I think I was little, yeah. And
that you don't remember. So he's always been this blessed, amazing, altogether guy for you, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, then I'm not going to just... I'm sorry I brought it up. I don't want you to think that he was ever anything but that. No.
Well, it wasn't all good.
Right. But see, I'm sure that you've been very transparent about that.
Mm-hmm.
And that probably helps you relate to a lot of the people that you're going to have to deal with. And that they feel like this isn't some goody two-shoes that has never done anything wrong. And surely can't relate to me. And Jacob is just praying that you keep that attitude as he grows up.
Right. Yeah, we just need I think the church needs unification today. I think there needs to be there is a unification coming in the body of Christ that like nobody's ever seen before. And transparency is key. You
remember George Mitchell of the Woodlands, his goal when he came out and he saw all the woods and said, I'm going to build here. He had his vision. And he realized that, what I need to do is build this one big church. And I'll invite all the churches to come in and worship here. I don't know where he came from, what planet he was on at the time he had this vision, but it was like, wow, that was pretty amazing. And I'm sure God said, George, it's a great idea. I love your intent, but I don't know if that's really going to happen. But he went to school on that. And so he said, what I'll do is, okay, since y'all want to all worship together, then I will give you land. If you'll come build your church here, I'll give you the land. Because he knew if the churches are there, the people will come. And he was very smart about that. But he did try that. He wanted the people to come together. But I think, we've evolved a lot. And so I think there may be that time when people come together and they just put aside any, New Testament differences to the Old Testament and all that. And they just put that aside and go like, we're going by the Spirit of God, what he wants us to do. And it's so simple. He wouldn't make this that complicated because he made us. He knows us. And that we come together and love each other and help each other. And,
you ever thought about being a pastor?
Yeah, I was. I actually was. I was ordained at this church. Well, I was doing all the video for the programs at church. And I interpret the sermons at church. So it was a long time ago. Is Richard giving you signals, William? What do you? Oh, okay. See, I'm always looking this way. I gotta have a mirror or something. So when he holds up his hand, and starts yelling at me, but that's why I have such a heart for what you're doing, and I just love you guys so much. Y'all are actually involved in all this, and so tell them again how they can get in touch with you because we're gonna have to. Wrap this up, but how they get in touch with you?
We have a couple websites, the Refuge at graceranch.com or thekingni.net, or you can email us at therefuge at graceranch@yahoo.com.
There you go. And also if you guys ever have anything, an event or anything like that, you come back here and know that we'll make sure we promote it. Rachel, do you have any parting words?
We also have a Facebook page it's The King and I, and make sure you go like that page. And we also have an Instagram. It's and then it's 3_King, 3_ and 3_ I.
I've written that all down. No, we have to put you're gonna drop that on my Facebook page, okay? You drop that information on my Facebook page, Rachel, and then everybody can go there. Jacob, thank you so much for taping the show. Belinda, thank you for being here and kissing them before I talked to them because it helped them a lot. I think it did. It did. William, thank you for your work, your heart, and what you've done. And Rachel, wow, what an example you can be to your friends. You were great. Okay, we've got a break we got to go to, and we'll be right back for closing words, closing thoughts, and all those deep thoughts I have. The Cindy Cochran Show, Real Reality Radio.
Real Reality Radio. Real Reality Radio. Real Reality Radio. Real Reality Radio. Real Reality Radio. Real Reality Radio. Real Reality Radio. Real Reality Radio. Real Reality Radio. Real Reality Radio. Real Reality Radio. Real Reality Radio. Real Reality Radio. Real Reality Radio. Real Reality Radio. Real Reality Radio. Real Reality Radio. Real Reality Radio. Real Reality Radio. Real Reality Radio. Real Reality Radio. Real Reality Radio. Real Reality Radio. Real Reality Radio. Real Reality Radio. Real Reality Radio. Real Reality Radio. Real Reality Radio. Real Reality Radio. Real Reality Radio. Real Reality Radio. Real Reality Radio. Real Reality Radio. Real Reality Radio. Real Reality Radio. Real Reality Radio. Real Reality Radio. Real Reality Radio. Real Reality Radio. Real Reality Radio. Real Reality Radio. Real Reality Radio. Real Reality Radio. Re
The Cindy Cochran Show. You ain't heard nothing yet.
Did you know there are more than 790 abused and neglected children currently in foster care in Montgomery County? Will you help make a difference? I'm Allie Stevens with Casa Child Advocates of Montgomery County. We train and support volunteers to be the voice of children in the foster care system. Kids removed from their home because of abuse and neglect, and we need volunteers just like you to advocate for these children. To learn more about becoming an advocate, please visit CasaSpeaksForKids.com. That's CasaSpeaksForKids.com.
Here we are, another morning in Montgomery County. It's 6 a.m. and all you can do is think about hitting that snooze button. But don't. Wake up with me, your morning radio host of Mornings with Lone Star, Dick. Every weekday morning from 6 a.m. to 10 a.m. on Lone Star Community Radio, join me for some music, talk, interviews, giveaways, and of course Montgomery County's weather and traffic. I'm here to make your morning start. Every weekday morning, online at irlonestar.com and Conroe's FM 104.5, 106.1 with Mornings with Lone Star.
Doing business since 1985, Assistance League of Montgomery County is a nonprofit, all-volunteer organization where all proceeds stay in Montgomery County. We are proud to sponsor 10 philanthropic programs that enhance the lives of those in our community. Visit our thrift shop at 126 North San Jacinto Street in downtown Conroe or call us at 936-760-1151. Don't forget to like us on Facebook.
Tune in to Chamber Chat with your host, Courtney Galley and Samantha Good with the Conroe Lake Conroe Chamber of Commerce every first Tuesday of the month at 11 a.m. I'm one of your hosts, Courtney Galley. Samantha and I will chat about the Conroe Chamber's upcoming events and programs for the month. Relax with a cup of joe or your favorite drink for Chamber Chat.
Doing business since 1985, Assistance League of Montgomery County is a nonprofit, all-volunteer organization where all proceeds stay in Montgomery County. Through our Operation School Bell program, we have provided new clothes to over 50,000 students in our county. Visit our thrift shop at 126 North San Jacinto Street in downtown Conroe or call us at 936-760-1151. Don't forget to like us on Facebook.
The Cindy Cochran Show, the most opinionated talk show on radio.
And we're back on the Cindy Cochran Show. I love talking to those people. They were so wonderful and so inspiring. I've got to do more good things. That's what they make me want to do, is do better. And they will put all that information on how to get in touch with them. And if you want to help, not even with money, just to go out there and volunteer and help. We'll talk about that. But Richard, doesn't that make you feel good that there are people out there? That there are people out there like that? Doesn't that inspire you? Richard, come on. You got to give me something here.
Yeah, it's neat.
Yeah, it's neat. Okay. Thank you for being so demonstrative about that. That's good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I am inspired because I see a lot of teenagers through church and through, at school, and you just don't get that kind of feeling from a lot of kids. They're just like, they've seen it all, done it all, and they're already bored with life. And to know that these kids are doing this kind of stuff is good. And they'll spread that, and their friends will learn from them. I think it's going to be wonderful. And they're homeschooled. I really wish I could homeschool, because some of the things that you find out that happen at school, you go like, mm-hmm. And I know the teachers try, and I know the schools try and all that. And I'm not saying the schools are all bad. We've got great teachers at Parmley Elementary in the Willis and at Lynn Lucas. But you just feel like, wow, if those kids were able, if we were able to keep them isolated from bad things and people saying bad things. Samuel, I got him this like $39 tennis racket. He's taking tennis at school. And so I wanted him to have like a really good racket and all that stuff. And he comes and tells me, I said, "Where's your racket?" And he goes, "I don't have it anymore." And I said, "Well, what happened?" "Well, this kid kind of snapped it." I said, "He snapped it?" He said, Yeah, I don't know why. It was on the bleacher. I had to go get something. I was going to come back and get it. When I came back, it wasn't there. And my other friends said, what's his face? Just broke your racket in half and put it in the trash. And I went, okay, so you didn't say anything to this guy? You weren't mad? He says, no, he's like an 8th grader. And he did that. And I said, well, we're going to go back and talk to him. He says, no, Grandma, no, you can't do that. And I said, well, are you going to talk to him? He said, I'll try. And I said, but Samuel, you got to let me go back because I want to talk to his parents. I want the parents to pay for this racket. And so Samuel said, Grandma, haven't you seen movies? Haven't you watched enough TV to know that if I get this kid in trouble, then I'm going to be in trouble and I'm not going to know, when it's going to happen to me. And you can't do that. I can't be a snitcher. I can't do that. That's wrong. So I thought, well, that's true. I guess he could get beat up for that. So I let it go. So then I went to Target and got a $12 racket. I should have known better. So now it doesn't matter if it gets snapped again. But this kid has got to learn a lesson. How they learn a lesson, I don't know. Because kids are so scared to say anything or do anything. So I don't know. I feel sorry for boys. I think boys have it. I don't think that's ever changed because I talked to Sam, who's over 70 years old, and my husband, and he said, that's how it is. That's what boys have to go through. You just have to let him get through it. And if he wants to fight the kid, then he can fight the kid. But if he doesn't, I don't want him to fight. I don't want to think that's the way. No. Boys have to go through these things. And you coddle them and just it's not going to work. So if he comes home with a black eye, he's got a story. He's got, it's going to be a great thing for him to be able to, talk about, unless that guy, the guy walked away with nothing. But that at least Samuel tried. So I don't know. That's a horrible thing. That's a hard thing. Very hard thing. Listen, I think that, I got to answer one more question we have from a listener that said, are these working examples that exist and are similar to their project? Are there working examples? Well, he said that what he wants to do with this, there are other places and ranches and farms that have put things on them for people to be able to. Okay. I don't understand this. Wait, I'm sorry. I've been distracted by Richard, the producer here. Okay, what does that mean?
Well, you have 2 minutes, and if I'm flipping one finger, meaning you're counting down from 2 minutes. So that means close it up.
Well, see, flipping the finger, I didn't know what that flipping the finger. Okay, all right, I got you. I understand that. But if you go 2...
You have 2 minutes, but then when I start going 1 down, I mean, you're counting down from 2 minutes. So really,
you got
to close it down.
I've never seen it. I think you make up your own signs. Anyway, okay, I will. I digress. But
that could mean you have under 2 minutes. So you don't really have 2 minutes. You have 1:34 or something like
now
that.
We've
but I can't do that with my 5 fingers. So that means you got less than 2 minutes.
Okay, do that.
Yeah, less than 2 minutes.
All right. Anyway, so now you guys learned something.
Now you have a minute.
Okay. All right. Listen, tomorrow we're going to talk about Faith Fest, and we're also going to talk to Brian Bondi. He is the president of the Chamber of Commerce, and we're going to talk about politics with him. And you know how I love that. Okay, everybody, be back tomorrow at 10 o'clock on the Cindy Cochran Show, Real Reality Radio.
Thanks for checking out this production on Lone Star Community Radio, Montgomery County's radio station. For more information on this show and other shows on Lone Star, check us out online at irlonestar.com. If you're interested in sponsoring a program on Lone Star Community Radio and reaching the local audience of Montgomery County on FM, internet, and TV media, please call 936-647-5747 or contact us online at irlonestar.com. This recording is a Lone Star Community Radio production, produced by the show host and Dick Schisler of Lone Star Community Radio. Interested in volunteering as a music DJ or starting your own talk show? Contact Dick Schisler at dick@irlonestar.com or by phone at 936-647-5747.